Hello again, Troy Ackerman, Shadowing Tronics, taking part in the Art Soundoff challenge as best I can. And I know this one's going to be shorter because I only got 17 minutes of battery life left. So, I'm not really technically knowledge of all the technical terms and issues and everything. I'm not a very technical person when it comes to writing. I mean, when we're talking about the term aspirational in the Art Soundoff a couple days ago, I didn't come up with that term. I heard it first on a YouTube channel called Professor Geek, who, if you can get past some of he is tied into some of the behind-the-scenes drama that's going on now in comics. You get past that, he's got some really great essays and commentaries on aspirational heroes versus relatable heroes, superheroes as a modern mythology, character archetypes, monster character archetypes, and all that interesting stuff. So there is some interesting stuff on there, so I do recommend checking it out. So that's where I got a term for terms aspirational and relatable heroes, and I'll try to give you what I think is I got stuff in my glasses. What I think is the brief summary is that the relatable heroes are obviously the people you relate to. The aspirational heroes are the ones you aspire to be. And I'm just going to talk right now about why I'm more interested in the aspirational heroes, both as a fan of stories and as a writer. There's really no critique here, because critique, a good story is where you find it, and there are, I do like Spider-Man, who's supposedly a relatable hero, even though he's a character who says, despite everything that's going on right now, despite the fact that I'm not getting all the accolades, I'm still going to do what's right. So in that sense, he is kind of aspirational. So if I go to a relatable character, I'll go to if he has an aspirational aspect, because overall, I can't relate to most of these relatable characters. I don't have superpowers. I don't have the guts to go out and fight crime. The guts to be in the military or the police or any of that. I don't have power. I'm afraid of heights. So if they gave me the power to fly, I'd be afraid of heights. So that'd be a useless power for me. And yet a lot of my favorite heroes can fly. So I don't relate to these people. They don't often share my worldviews, because the writers don't. They don't often share, my experiences. So I don't actually relate to them. I can sympathize with them. So to me, they're more like sympathetic heroes, but most of the time I don't really relate to them, because I consider myself a bit of a unique person, so my view is a bit different than theirs. So I think that's one of the other reasons that I kind of prefer aspirational heroes. But I don't, for example, as I've discussed in previous Art Soundoffs and in numerous articles, I don't consider Superman a god. He's a human, just happens to have real amazing powers. If you see the stuff with Clark Kent, that's how you connect with him as a person. That's where his human side is. That's what they're getting rid of. Again, didn't learn our lesson last time, but that's a whole other conversation. But the aspirational heroes, these are the people that you want to be like. But more importantly for me, it's not so much that I want to be, because I don't necessarily, I wish I had, I like Superman's personality. I like Batman, well, until recently, but again, a lot of conversation, but I like Batman's personality, desire to do good. He has all his money and he uses it to go fight crime. He uses it to improve himself. He uses it to improve the city, to try and hire more clean cops, to try to, sometimes he'll take down a thug and realize that what this guy really needs is a stable job, stable environment, and he'll give the guy a job, sometimes even with one of his own companies. That's something we've seen before in in a few Batman stories, that he actually, he's not just out there to punch bad guys. He's trying to stop crime, which sometimes means giving a guy a break that he didn't have before, and that's really great. But to me, the aspirational hero, it's less about I want to aspire to be that person, because, I mean, in a way, like I said, sometimes the relatable characters still have aspirational aspects. I wish I had the guts that Peter Parker did. Maybe not his brains, but definitely his luck. Not really his luck either. Maybe it was his drive to do what's right, maybe. to not give up. So that's kind of my thing there. But to me, with the aspirational hero, it's more like, if somebody had Superman's powers, wouldn't you want him to be the big blue Boy Scout? It's like, oh, he's too neat and clean. It's like, yeah, if he's got someone with that kind of power, that's the guy I want having that kind of power. I don't want somebody who's mentally disturbed. I don't want to live in the world of The Boys, for example. It's like, or Watchmen. If I want to see a superhero, I want to see somebody who is going to be a hero, who's going to do good and make the world a better place. I want somebody who goes into that world to fight crime to be the Boy Scout, to be the aspirational hero, to be somebody that you can admire and respect, and will not try to conquer the world and kill us all or make of us slaves. So if I'm going to watch somebody with really cool powers, I want him to be the good guy. And that's how that. So, when I see Optimus Prime, I want him being leader because I know he can do the job. With Rodimus Prime, obviously someday he'll be able to do the job. He can't now. That's why I would say, you're no Lion-O. Go and become the leader that you will be someday through all those life experiences like Optimus had and like Ultra Magnus had when he earned the right to be here, to be the leader, and then let Ultra Magnus have to follow Ultra Magnus's quest to kind of deal with it, like Optimus Prime had to in his early days. Has the guy with Shazam, used to be Captain Marvel, a completely different conversation. I want Billy Batson to be, this good-natured kid who has been through a lot of stuff, but has decided he's not going to let it get him down. He's not going to. That he took his money, he took his livelihood, but it's not going to break him. He's still going to be this good, wholesome kid who wants only the best for everyone. That's who I want being Captain Marvel, or Shazam, or whatever. And I think that's why he was initially chosen over after Black Adam's failure to live up to that. So, to me, the aspirational hero isn't just about, I wish I could be like this person. It's more about, if you're going to have these people who have these cool gadgets, who have these great powers, who have this high-tech suit, who have whatever, you want them to be this good, nice person who's not going to screw up, or at least not screw up as much, because nobody's perfect, but it's somebody who can recover from that and fix those mistakes. You want those person with powers who isn't going to be corrupted by them, who isn't going to destroy us and conquer us and basically become the villain. That's why the whole evil Superman thing with like Injustice and a few other things, that's why those stories bug me, because some people say, well, that's what a guy with that kind of power would be like. Well, not necessarily. I mean, yeah, there's some horrible people on there. Maybe you'd be like that. I'd like to think I wouldn't be like that. And if Superman is supposed to be a power fantasy, then I want that power in the hands of somebody who's actually going to save me and not conquer me. And I think that's my draw to why I like to read and watch the aspirational heroes, why I like Superman and He-Man and Optimus and the Thundercats and everything and grow up with, and that's why now I'll go back and watch. Well, I can sit there and occasionally, not all the time. So I don't know a whole lot about it, but I have sat down and watched an episode or two of PJ Masks or Paw Patrol. That one I watch now and then. But it's why I watched a lot of the Aspirational. Why I liked Rescue Heroes. It's why I liked the Rescue Bots Academy and the Rescue Bots. It's why I like the Aspirational Hero, because it's not just that I wish I would want to be more like them. It's these are the kind of people I want as my guardians, as my protectors, as the hero. That's the stories I enjoy watching and reading. That's the games I like playing. That's the stories I want to write. But my battery life is getting down, and I've made my point anyway. So if you want to see what everybody else is talking about on Art Soundoff, go to Twitter, look for the hashtag Art Soundoff, or look for the Art Soundoff Twitter page at Art Soundoff. But using the hashtag Art Soundoff will make it easier to find everything. And if you want to join us, go to artsoundoff.com and see how to take part. You can do it one day, every remaining day, whatever, however you want to do it. And you can check out my website, bwspotlight.com, to look more into how I approach stories and how I review stories. And, of course, this Saturday for Saturday Night Showcase, I will be highlighting everybody who's been taking part in Art Soundoff. So if you want to know who else is there and you haven't checked out that hashtag, you can check out Saturday Night Showcase. That will be a Saturday night at bwspotlight.com for more. So until then, I will see you on Monday when I return to the Art Soundoff Challenge because of my posting schedule. And until then, I wish you all happy creating.